Alright, so if you remember from our previous video, we created our CSV files and we have everything building. So let's go ahead and collapse these down. So the next thing we're going to want to do is actually create the class file that's going to store the data from our CSV files. So if we come up to the source group here and click Add New File, we'll go up to C, C++, get our C++ templates, click the C++ file, and click Next. And here we're going to create a new class called President. And so I want to make sure that, yes, I want to create my header file, and the default location is in the right spot. So go ahead and click Finish. And then I'll do Shift Command E again to maximize my editor. And that's just the standard header, that's fine. So we want to add our include guards. So if not def, President H, define President H. Make sure we close that with an end if. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and give this, or define this class. So there are lots of different naming conventions out there. I'm going to use just the basic STL. So you'll notice that all my class names will be lowercase and my function names will be lowercase and names will be separated with underscores. You are free to use whatever naming convention you wish to use. Each one is going to be their own little holy war depending on who you're talking with and what they're dealing with. So just do whatever you feel comfortable with. So we created a new class called President, and we're going to create the member field section, and we're going to create a first name, last name, and the rank, which is going to represent the position of the presidency. So we're going to need a standard string fname, standard string lname, and an int rank. So you notice that we used the string class, so we'll need to come up there or come up here to the top of the header file and include the string header. Alright. So we're going to come down here and create a public section, and in here we're going to create a president default constructor and a president constructor that takes in the first name, the last name, and the rank. And so we're going to have a constant string reference fname, constant string, standard string reference lname, and the integer rank. Alright, and so we are now going to need to create the getters and setters for each of the backing fields. So let's start with the first name, and we will return a standard string, and I'm going to call them first name, and we'll make this constant. I'll do a void first name standard constant standard string reference name. We will do the same thing for the last name. I guess I could copy paste, but and then we will do the same thing for the rank. That doesn't need to be constant. It's going to get copied anyways. Okay. So there we go. We have now created all of our method stubs. So let's go ahead and copy and paste those and jump over into the President CPP file. Alright, so we're going to come up here and let's just go ahead and scope in all of our functions. So we need president, 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 president everywhere. Okay. So our default constructor is actually going to do nothing. Let's see here. Our second constructor, I'm actually just going to call the method. Some people just set the data directly. Either way works. My way is a little higher overhead, but if I were to happen to do any validation or any type of secondary sets or something from my setters, this would all get picked up. And you'll notice that we're going to have a problem right here. We type in rank, and our our function parameter is also called rank, so that's going to collide. So let's go ahead and rename our function parameter to r, and then we'll pass r into our function, and now we'll have those all set. Perfect. Let's come down and implement the first name. So we'll just go ahead and return fname, which will return a copy of that string. Let's go ahead and do our setter equals a name. Come down to last name. Let's return last name, not fname. Set the last name equal to name and rank. Alright, and we will build and save everything. And we will look at our failures. Second name. I don't know what I was thinking. That should be last name. We will... Oh, and then our rank has a problem too. I used the wrong... I forgot to put underscore at the end of that. And we'll rebuild again, and all is happy. So, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. In the next video, we'll actually start looking into some more interesting code.